Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great. Welcome to this new video right here on Ondo. Wanted to do a full update after the news that we had yesterday, but also just wanted to keep you updated, right? I mean, I tried to cover Ondo at least once a week. It did not happen last week because I wasn't making these video updates. But we're back again right now, so I wanted to do a full update. Yesterday, of course, we got the news that Robinhood US had listed Ondo, which I think is great. The reaction so far with the price has not been amazing. We actually did see some momentum come into the price, and I think you can also see if you take a look at the open interest, we had a bit of a bump, but to be fair, it was a very small bump, right? And ultimately, Ondo has also remained relatively stable here. I think this is more of a kind of short, kind of long-term thing that's bullish, but short-term we're not really seeing much, and that's first of all because the market at this point of time, if you compare to a month ago, just doesn't have the same momentum. But outside of that, it's also August, and in August there's just less momentum in general. But okay, good news nonetheless, and that's why I wanted to make this video. And long term, it does create some sort of more, it does create a bigger market, which could equal more demand. Ondo itself at this point of time is relatively stable. The TVL has actually decreased a little bit. Revenue analyzed is $55 million. That's great, right? But there's, like I said in my last video on Ondo as well, there's also a little bit of FUD, I would say, around Ondo, which is not great. But back then, I'm not sure when I last made a video on Ondo. I have to check because then I will remember what I said back then. But there we already did know that it was most likely that Ondo was going to drop down lower, right? Because the last time I covered Ondo, give me a moment, was July the 22nd. And July the 22nd, we already knew right here that Ondo had that Ondo was breaking out. But I said I don't think it's most likely we're going to break out. We saw some bearish divergences here, with the open interest still going higher here, the price going higher, but the volume going lower and the RSI going lower. So that's a textbook RSI divergence, or a textbook bearish divergence, not only the RSI. And then we drop back down below the yearly rolling VWAP here, and that was basically confirmation that we would stay within the range, right? Because Ondo basically since March 2025 has been within this range right here between 1.1 to the upside, and then to the downside right here 75 cents. And we with this fake out right here, which in hindsight I think we can call a fake out, and the reclaim below the yearly rolling VWAP, I think we have confirmed that we are in the range. And then we got some bad news, of course, over the course of last week, and we got some more bearish pressure for altcoins, drop down lower, mild reaction at the point of control, so that's another confirmation that we are within the range. And that's where we are right now. We're in the middle of the range, and we got some good news. And I think altcoins, if you take a look at others, for example, has found support, and I think others can do pretty good. And we got some, I think they can perform relatively well. And we got some good news for Ondo. So short term, I actually have a pretty bullish bias on Ondo. But then we have two major resistance levels. First of all, at 98 cents, where we have the value area high, and the 90-day rolling VWAP. And then second of all, that major resistance level just above $1, where we also have a fair value gap. And I don't see the strength, not in the markets, but also specifically not for Ondo, to break above that. So I think it's more likely we're just going to remain relatively stable between 98 and 90 cents. And I think you should also be prepared for a move down lower into this level right here at 82 cents, where we have an imbalance left. And not only an imbalance left, but also, it's also a major support level, but major support level imbalance. But I think fundamentally there's also quite a lot of tension still on the financial markets, which could push the prices down lower. So for now, I don't expect that, but be ready for that. Short term, I'm slightly bullish, but I think we will reject that major resistance, and I think stability is most likely. But those are my thoughts on Ondo for now. I will keep you updated on that. For now, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.